What's the First Amendment Constitution? All 5 elements of it.
That's your freedom of speech.
What is? Well, that's one of them. That's 2. Come on, there's 3 more to go. Help them out, girls.
The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects fundamental freedoms, including religious speech, press, assembly, and the right to petition the government.
That's all 5 of them, Bob.
Right on. But the vast majority of the information that we go through and learn is kept not here. You can only keep here what you use daily. You don't use it.
You should use that First Amendment daily, though.
I don't need to.
Oh God, are you really saying this to me?
Yes.
You do need to.
No, I don't.
If you're gonna enforce it, you need to know it.
Not.
If you're gonna uphold it, you need to know it.
Good morning, folks. I'm about to show you the most wonderful video I've ever seen. It comes to you from Body Bag Records. Check this out.
San Joaquin Valley Transparency. Man, thanks to you, we do what we do and how we do, partially and mostly because of you. Man, let's get it. Thanks, San Joaquin.
What's the First Amendment Constitution? All 5 elements of it.
That's your freedom of speech.
What is? Well, that's one of them. That's 2. Come on, there's 3 more to go. Help them out, girls.
The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects fundamental freedoms, including religious speech, press, assembly, and the right to petition the government.
That's all 5 of them, Bob.
Right on.
That's it.
That's
so
impressive.
now,
That's
you're
impressive.
unsafe if you don't know the Constitution. Then you're an officer. That's what's unsafe.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, it is. If you swore to uphold the rights of the Constitution and you don't know them and to defend the law, that's not safe.
Yeah.
So how can you defend something that you don't know?
I do. I have everything I need right there.
No, it's supposed to. Well, you wasn't able to.
I can't. There's no. It would be impossible for me or any other deputy to be able to recall the vast amount of information that we need.
Look, let's be honest. This cop has an amazing attitude. He's kind. He's mild-mannered. He's not trying to stir anything up with anybody. As a matter of fact, he actually told Scott Morrow that he could have cited him for being on the road on the golf carts, but he said he wasn't going to do that. So look, go ahead and give it to him. He seems like a nice man. But having said that, you guys should know that I have seen cops violate people's rights with a smile on their face, mild-mannered, and all of that. So just because these cops have great attitudes, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be held accountable. They still need to be held accountable. Very important.
Including all of the Constitution, the laws. There's so much, the evidence, the rules. There's so much.
There are 27 amendments in the Constitution, folks. Funny thing is, these cops don't seem to know not even the First Amendment. But I can guarantee you that there's at least 27 laws that cops will use to ticket you, to arrest you. For instance, they'll use things like Pennsylvania versus Mims to get you out of your car. They will abuse everything that they get their hands on, and they will coerce you. They will tell you things like, if you don't identify, that's failure to ID, and that's a charge. But what they're not telling you is that it's a secondary offense. They still need an initial charge to charge you. Cops use every trick in the book to fool you. That's why it's important that you know your rights, because only you can use it when you need it.
That's understandable. Even the lawyers don't know it all.
Exactly.
But you should know the first. You should know that's the very first one.
But it's at our fingertips.
Well, we don't need it in your fingertips. We need it right here if you want to enforce it.
Cop tried every trick in the book, but that wasn't enough for Scott Morrow. Scott Morrow was ready. He had a rebuttal for whatever the cop said. And there's a difference, folks, between somebody who knows the rights, someone who is an avid watcher. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Shameless little plug there, because you too can know what to say, just like Scott.
Yeah. Because what if I walk up and just go to mouthing off and cussing and carrying on, or I try to assemble, and you come tell me that I can't do that, and you don't know that I can do that? Then how is that?
Yeah, but I do know that, but that's only to a certain extent, depending on your behavior as well.
No, it depends on the Constitution of the United States. That's what it depends on.
And that's why we have
Smith.
And that's why we have the courts.
And you ain't learned nothing from it.
That's why we have the courts. Every case is different.
But the laws are the same. They don't change.
I find it, this is kind of mind-boggling to me, because that's no different than you grabbing onto the bar and holding on all the way down.
It's very different.
And you know.
Wait a minute. It's very different.
You don't know that that's against the law?
You don't know the law that you swore to protect?
I absolutely
and enforce? You don't. You just, my granddaughters just told you what it was.
I told you what the First Amendment was.
No, you told me 2 points of the First Amendment. There are absolutely 5, and they just quoted it to you.
Right.
And you swore, I didn't swear not to ride down and I didn't swear that. I didn't swear. But you swore to uphold the laws of the Constitution, right?
Yeah, and that's what I do every day.
To the best of your knowledge, the best that you can.
All right, folks. So yesterday I had a conversation with the gentleman. It turned out to be a really good conversation. We both kind of had different political views on certain things, but I think it's okay to have a difference in views. I think it's good to have these conversations and put them on the table. But he did say something that I think was extremely important. And I don't think I've ever really heard anybody say it like this. But one of the reasons why things are the way they are is because we kind of expect cops to know these things. We expect them to know what our rights are. We expect them to follow the Constitution. I've said this before, like, we are dependent people. We expect cops to protect us and stuff like that, right? Lawyers to defend us, doctors to heal us. But you cannot, absolutely cannot depend on cops to respect your rights or to even know what they are. This video is living proof of that.
Right?
No, to the letter of the law.
No, you can't do it to the letter of the law if you don't know it.
But I do. That's like telling an attorney or a lawyer that he don't know something. But he does.
Be careful. Be careful.
No, I don't have to be careful. Because,
yes, you do.
Because he does. He may have to go back and refresh his recollection. But the vast majority of the information that we go through and learn is kept not here. You can only keep here what you use daily. You don't use it.
You should use that First Amendment daily, though.
I don't
daily.
I don't need to.
Oh God, are you really saying this to me?
Yes.
You do need to.
No, I don't.
If you're gonna enforce it, you need to know it.
Not.
If you're gonna uphold it, you need to know it.
What am I enforcing?
The First Amendment of the United States of the Constitution.
But I do, unless somebody does something against it.
Then how you gonna know they did something against it if you don't know it?
That's the enforcement of it.
But how do you know they're breaking it if you don't know it?
This is going around.
Because it's not going your way.
No. No.
Yeah.
If I had a situation or an example, then
you could look it up.
You would be proud. Because I'm very fair.
Okay. How long have you worked for this department?
For this agency?
This agency alone.
I came to Sumter in November.
Oh, of 24?
Of 24.
Okay. Welcome, man.
23rd year of law enforcement.
I'm Scott Morrow.
Scott Morrow.
Yeah, Body Bag Records. That's my YouTube channel.
Body
Bag. If you talk to, you can talk to anybody. You can talk to Caps, Adams, the Tyrant Smith. Not you. I'm talking about Lieutenant Smith.
Right.
Yeah,
Billy.
he's Lieutenant now.
Billy Smith.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
I've worked with these guys for years. I was in Wildwood for 11 and a half years.
Oh, okay. Wildwood PD? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of these guys for a long time.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so I can sit here and tell you guys what this video did for me. Obviously, he gave me a shout out, and what I seen is just wonderful, right? But in reality, I can't stop thinking about what he actually did for his granddaughters. Those little girls are not going to forget it. They're going to grow up and they're going to know it. And I have a feeling that they're going to teach someone else as well. So what Scott Morrow did, he didn't just warm my heart with this video, but he empowered himself and he empowered his granddaughters. And I think this world will be a better place if we know these things and we teach our future generations what their natural rights are, because let's not forget, the Constitution mirrors what our natural rights are. With that being said, I want to thank you, Scott Morrow, and I want to thank all you viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Empower yourselves. And if it's not too much to ask, will you guys please subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up and share this everywhere, because I think this kind of stuff is important. And also make sure you go subscribe to Scott Morrow. Let him know that I sent you. He is a good man, undoubtedly. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one.